What is up, Yakuza? It's your favorite content creator for life in Japan, and today I'm back with a new video. I'm doing it with Kate.
Okay.
In today's video, we're going to be exploring learning Japanese language as an amazing skill and also a difficult one, a challenging journey. And that's why today I want to have Kate with me today to share her journey learning Japanese. Because since we've done the video,
お金持ちになるには元気よく働かなくちゃいけない。ああ、そうか。やっぱり働かなきゃいけないといけないですか。宝くじで当てるんではなくて。あ、そうか。宝くじダメか。ダメだな。
You guys have gone crazy over her Japanese skills with reasons.
Thank you, everyone.
She's completely fluent. She speaks like native, and we have received so many questions. I have received some funny ones. Funny ones were people telling you on your inbox, "Hey, Kate, there's some lady who is stealing your face."
Yes, true.
That was, I received many of those people telling me, "Why are you stealing somebody's video and putting it on your channel?" I was like so lost. Like, what is this about?
You shouldn't do this.
Do this kind of thing.
It's on my video.
And then you know what I did? I screenshot all the messages that they sent to you and I send it back to them.
I'm gonna tell you what I am, and that's a petty bitch. Okay? I'm a petty bitch because here's the thing. Now I might not.
Anyways, apart from apart from all the people that we met angry because we had Kate on the channel, we also had so many positive feedback. So many comments here about Kate. Your language ability is amazing. Oshiete kudasai. I'll screenshot. I'll put all of them. Look at this.
How beautiful I am.
Look at this love. How beautiful you are. Everybody's. And I told you people will love your energy.
Thank you, people, and I love you. Your energy. Give us more energy by commenting this video. We will be so happy, and this positive vibes exchange will last forever.
Since you guys loved her so much, and because that's one of my most viewed video on my channel, so thank you, Kate. People want you to have your own channel to interview people on your own channel.
Maybe one day, maybe when I will be
I keep telling her she's not interested in interviewing. Anyways, follow her. I'll put her channel down below. And since you guys have loved her so much, today we're going to dissect how she learned the Japanese language. Let's go!
Yay!
Okay, so Kate, before we get started,
I'm like, I feel like we're like an opera show, you know, like
opera?
Yes,
opera?
you're a new opera. This is how I'm feeling right now, you know, like Today, by the way, we have a special guest, Snoopy, so he will ask questions if he has.
This one right here.
Hello, guys!
Alright, Kate, so before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you're doing in Japan?
Originally, I'm from Russia, but my family was very, very mixed. I was Asian inside, and like even myself and my brother, it has very Asian appearance. And I came from a city which is very, very close to China, to North Korea, and to Japan. So great variety where I can go. So for me, Asian culture was very close from the beginning. But somehow I found out myself reading Haruki Murakami's book because I didn't have friends when I was a child. Like we moved a lot, and every time I needed to make new friends, and every time it's like, okay, I need it again, and then I just gave up. I went to libraries, started to read everything, including some books that I shouldn't read.
Like what?
But
pause. Like what?
Like Freud books. I was 10 and I took my first Freud book, and librarian, who was my friend, she was like looking at me like this.
How old are you?
Are you like are you sure that I want to read it? So I found myself reading Haruki Murakami book, who is Japanese writer, but he writes in very Western ways. That's how I felt like, oh my god, I really felt his stories, and maybe his translation in Russian also made me feel like somehow like some vibes of Japan. And I felt like I'm interested in Japan. I want to go one day, but I didn't do anything until my mother came to me and said, hey, like you have so many Japanese books, maybe you're into Japanese. And I'm like, huh? She said like you can read in Japanese if you learn Japanese. And I was like, oh, that's true, I can read in Japanese. Maybe I can read faster and read like new books without waiting until they're translated. So this is how how my journey started.
So we're talking about when you were about 10?
I was 14, so like I think I started to read Japanese books like maybe like when I was 9, around 10, 9. Yes, and like maybe after 5 years, my mom was like, "Oh no, she's making
all over the place."
Yes, all family money went like this book, maybe. But I didn't have this insight that I must learn Japanese. I should learn Japanese. It's all thanks to my mom, because she noticed it and she asked me, because I was like, Japanese? No, I'm fine. I'm reading in Russian. It's okay. So this is how she brought me to Japanese learning school, which was small. We were just watching anime and doing nothing. But
wait, your mom brought you to a Japanese learning school?
Yeah, it was like a after school kind of things, where you can just chill and chill and spend parents' money while you're chilling.
Swear to God.
So yeah, this is how I started to learn Japanese, and then like I wanted to become a journalist, and I was writing because I like.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I like to read.
Wait, tell us in the comment section. Journalist, doesn't it make sense? The vibes, everything.
Journalism is my second.
Completely makes sense.
I was writing a lot for a local newspaper, and then just my friend who was editor, she told me like, you don't need to go and learn like how to become a journalist. You need to learn something which will be like plus alpha, like plus thing for you. And she said like maybe foreign languages. So that's how I ended up in Japanese faculty, and I started to learn Japanese. By the way, I couldn't even speak like in English till I was 30 maybe. Wow. So yeah, I learned it recently. So till that time I was speaking only Russian or Japanese.
That's amazing. Yeah. It makes sense that you speak like native. You were in the environment since you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I can say to you that things like everyone like who wrote me that, oh, your Japanese is so good. It's not happening just because you read books or you study well in university. People around me couldn't speak Japanese just by learning. So what I did actually, I was so crazy. I just grabbed any Japanese man or woman that I saw, and I tried to talk to them in Vladivostok. So, yes, in Russia, in my hometown. And maybe we had like 16 people. I don't know, 60 people maybe in total. And I tried to catch them all.
Practice with them.
Yes, I went to work for like as a guide to have a chance to like speak more in Japanese. I went to work for Japanese company as a super arubaito, kind of as a part-time job. I was laminating. Yes, in Russia I was laminating, but at least they told me, please laminate it in Japanese. I was very desperate. I tried to find any opportunity to speak Japanese to be fluent.
Oh, that's amazing, because it's like the environment itself was preparing you to learn Japanese. I mean, like the influence of your mom and the person who gave you the advice for journalism. But it wasn't the only thing, because you fell in love with it. You had all the passion, you wanted to learn. I feel like it's also just a part of your personality where you consume knowledge.
Yeah, maybe I love to learn. And what I can say, like maybe I fell in love with people who speak Japanese. Like first of all, I fell in love with people who write in Japanese, and then I was in university when I met so many nice Japanese friends, and I worked with them. I traveled with them. They came to my house and we cooked with them.
Wow.
It was amazing. So I fell in love just like, I think, in this environment, this community. If it was only Japanese, it would not be last long, because I'm a person who really like give up easily and like very mood to change. Yeah.
Oh wow, you didn't strike me as a person who give up on things.
I give up on things very easily.
Wow.
So when I couldn't find any Japanese, or all Japanese I found already gave up on me, or erased me, or put my face on the entrance. Don't please don't let her in. No, I'm just joking.
Serious?
No.
Girl, you had me on that.
When I couldn't find any Japanese offline, I still went to find a Japanese online. So I did all these crazy things like pen pals, like something like when you randomly find people to talk. And then that time I remember they developed this thing like Skype, and we couldn't even like talk to them. So
I don't know if there's any Gen Z watching us, because I believe you guys don't know any Skype, but it's almost as Zoom. It's our Zoom. It's millennials Zoom.
Yeah. Thank you for translation. So I remember I was zooming like every night with people when I couldn't find it.
Wow.
Yeah. Japanese language I didn't speak after I graduated. Like I wanted to apply for master's degree. Like I wanted to go to university to get a master's. Yes, but I failed. You know, I felt like it was like a Monbukakusho. It was Max program, the one you can go for free because I couldn't go by money. I didn't have money, but I tried and I did prepare well, but I failed. And then so like, oh, I have no way. For Russia, it's very hard to get here. Oh, you can maybe be a hostess or dancer, and maybe you can come here, but I was not that girl, so I didn't have money and I couldn't find a job. So I just was so sad. So and I decided to go to Science Petersburg, like a different way, opposite way. So like, okay, no more Japan. But I went there and I worked for Toyota.
You worked for Toyota, again, a Japanese company, so everything kept pulling you to Japan.
Yeah, I went to Moscow and worked there for Japanese companies like Sharp and Uniqlo, and in the end I ended up in Japan. So everything, like I tried to run away, but Japan was chasing me. No.
I want to know, what do you think is the most effective way to learn kanji?
What you need to do to learn kanji is to learn. There is no other way to learn rather than just go sit and learn.
The best way to learn the best way to learn kanji, you say, is just practice every day.
And just write. But the thing like I remember the things that touched me a lot. Like my university professor told that they didn't have even nice paper to write on it. And right now we have everything, but at that time they didn't have even nice paper to write.
What do you mean they didn't have papers?
They didn't have paper. It was after war, so they didn't have paper. So what they did, they wrote on newspaper, on the the small corners, and this just feel me every time I remember the story. When I am lazy as, I feel like now?
Push yourself to
yes.
Okay, pause. Speaking of learning kanji effectively, I have some exciting news for you and I, guys. This is the section of the video that's sponsored by, drumroll, the MochiMochi app. Oh, it's actually pronounced MochiMochi. Now, if you ever heard about it, MochiMochi is the most joyful kanji learning application, helping you memorize 1,000 words in just 1 month. Using special algorithms, MochiMochi analyzes your learning history and reminds you to review at golden time. What's golden time, you may ask? Well, golden time is the moment right before you forget your vocabulary. Based on the spaced repetition system and your learning history, MochiMochi will calculate the best time to review, called golden time. Then it will send you some cute notices like, hey, it's time to review your words. Learning at golden time helps you learn less, memorize more effectively, because you just need to learn some new kanji and review at golden time to boost your memory. In this way, MochiMochi not only helps you save ton of time, but also delivers a joyful and exciting learning experience. I know many of us start learning a language and just fall out of our routine so easily. Not gonna happen with this app, because it's so easy to create a learning routine with MochiMochi. It is easy to start. The courses are divided into small topics with lively images and audio to help you remember vocabulary and kanji in just a short time. And guess what? In addition to N5 to N2 vocabulary courses for GLPT exam and communication, there are specialized vocabulary courses such as IT services, nursing, and more. You can choose many courses that suit your level and needs. MochiMochi is also easy to follow. It categorizes vocabularies and kanji according to memorization level, from level 1, words you just learned, to level 5, words you memorize in your long-term memory. Therefore, you can know exactly how many words you remembered and the memorization level of each word. And lastly, it's so easy to maintain, because you just need to learn 10 to 15 minutes a day, anywhere, anytime you want. Let's learn a lesson together.
教室部屋階段
会議室
食堂
If you learn 35 words each day, and that's 3 lessons on MochiMochi, you will learn 1,000 plus kanji and vocabulary in just 1 month. Give it a try by yourself and see how it works. Let me tell you something, people love this app so much, it's always highly rated. Hence, more than 6,500 of them have rated it 4.7 stars as of June 2023. Look, I don't know what you're waiting for right now. Open your App Store, your Google Play, whatever you use, and download MochiMochi app right now. A huge thanks to MochiMochi app for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's get back to asking Kate all about her best tips for learning Japanese. What brought you to Japan?
What brought me to Japan? So I went a few times to Japan when I was a student, like as an exchange student.
Okay.
And I came here just for travel to see my friend. And finally, when I was in Moscow, like I heard that there is an open position, how's it called? Yeah, in Tottori Prefecture, my favorite prefecture in the world. I'm ambassador. Tottori.
What?
So, yeah.
Which prefecture?
Tottori.
That's a prefecture?
Tottori. It's a paradise. It's a heaven. It's heaven on earth.
So you came to Tottori because there was a job opening. What was the job about?
The job was to work for a prefecture office, like as a coordinator of international relationship. I don't know.
Wait a minute, because this is rare. Like you came to Japan and your first job was working for the government.
Yeah. That's why thank you government, because I received 3 years visa, which helped me to get 5 years visa after. I'm still a big lover of Tottori Prefecture. If you want to see like in myself traveling, just let us know.
What would you say like as a tip for people to be able to speak like you, even have the sense of humor, you can make jokes in Japanese, which is like that next level of native. What would you say is your tip for people to reach your level?
Like about the humor you mentioned, another thing that I want to say, like it's you don't need to speak perfect Japanese or any languages to be funny, to make friends. Like if you're like open, if you like people, if you're easy, outgoing, you can speak like 5 words and you will be the most popular guy. Many people just afraid, and I was the same. Like you're not confident. You feel like if you say something wrong, people will like run away or will be angry or will bite you. I don't know, something happen. You're really afraid to speak because you're afraid of like their reaction. Yes, to look stupid, to like that they will laugh or something. I feel the same, but it's okay. Like people are so understanding in Japan. Actually, it's the most friendly environment to speak, because when you go, you notice yourself. Even if you don't speak Japanese, when you go somewhere, you say konnichiwa, and they're like, oh, nihongo jozu desu ne. Japanese really respect that their language is very difficult, and you need courage. You need time to learn it. Even konnichiwa, people, foreigners go and learn konnichiwa and say it. So they're really respectful.
So your tip would be for people to go out there and talk to people and not be afraid, like conversations, practice with talking. I see.
Yeah, you need to use language anyway. If you want to speak Japanese or any languages, first thing you need to do, you need to use it. Like because if you don't use it, you don't need it. Like you forget it. Yeah.
Having a Japanese boyfriend accelerates the process.
Of course. So girlfriend or whatever, Japanese friends accelerates it a lot. Yeah, because you have endless opportunity to speak.
So we're talking about a journey of more than 15 years of you reaching this level of speaking Japanese.
It's my age is like uncovered right now. Let's say 5 years, guys.
But how old are you? Well, I know you were looking for someone early to mid-20s. I'm slightly older.
Right. How old?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
No, I'm joking.
Girl, she had me again. Alright, last question before we conclude. How to reach Kate's level of Japanese in 3 words?
Go and learn.
I could say it better. High five. Yeah. Alright, I think that's pretty much it for questions that I've read so far. If you guys have any question for Kate, leave it in the comment down below, and you can also reach out to her. Where can people find you?
Yeah, in Instagram, anytime. I reply to all messages, not creepy one, because you will go to the blog. If you have any questions, please comment. Thank you so much for having us. And I think so Snoopy also will be the next guest, so maybe I will.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you Kate for having me at your place here It's such a pleasure to always have you on my channel.
Yay.
Your energy is just so bright. I
Thank
love it,
you.
and people also love it. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up. Follow us on our different channels, Instagram, TikTok. You have a TikTok as well.
Oh no, but I have 2 videos on TikTok, so you can follow me.
Typical millennials. So I'll put all the link down below in the description. And yeah, 見てくれて
Yeah!
ありがとう
And now we have like our song, Go and Learn.
Goodbye.
We need to
Black, white, yellow, brown.